I do this just to prove a point to ladies in my life will leave me cause they think say the boy no go fros. I do this for the love.
Hey guys, this is HOPEsaidit back with another HOPEsaidit uncut video for you. Okay, why did I say it like that? For you. Just back with another uncut video for you. It is about fros. My boys fros. The fro life chose me. I'm gonna start with giving a hair routine because a few people, real people, have asked me about, you know, I know what you do to your hair, but your boys have hair too. What do you do to their hair? So I'll explain that, and then I'll also get into why I do what I do, because a lot of people just ask, why don't you just cut off their hair? Well, I can't, okay? And I'll explain why I cannot do that. So the boys' hair, just to give you a little background, I have 3 boys, you all should know. The oldest one is 5, and he has a brown curly fro, okay? Very tight curls. So he kind of got, I think all of them got my hair because their daddy's hair is nothing but straight, okay? But they all have my hair. The oldest one is curly and it grows out. Like it's not gonna grow down, it grows out. The second one, his hair is a darker brown and it is looser, but it still, you know, kind of grows out. He's more like, you know how Samoan hair is? His is a little on the, a little kinky Samoan type. The first one is like, okay, straight African American. The second one is more like, okay, you got a little Samoan going on here. So, I did a length check on the second one's hair and it's like middle of the shoulder blades, but you can tell because of shrinkage. So that's what I have to do with those different hair types. Yes, I have a third one. He's only 8 months. You know, there's no telling because hair changes. When these other kids were newborns, very fine hair. You don't know what they're going to do. And it just got kinkier as they grew up. So I can't even predict how the hair is going to be. I just know that once it turns out how it turns out, I'm going to have to take care of it. So that's what I'm doing right now. All of them have the same hair routine for now. I don't do much, just like, surprise, surprise, just like my hair, I don't do much to their hair. I just make sure it's moisturized. It's easier because they're boys because I could leave it loose. If I had a girl, I'd probably think of more protective styles. Can't talk, sorry. Protective styles, braids. It's really all you can do. But, you know, just tying it up and making sure it's not loose. But since they're boys, I just let them have it loose, a loose fro. So yeah, there are sometimes tangles and stuff and detangling I have to do, but I mean, they're boys, they're fine. What I do in the morning, every morning, I have to do their hair. Anytime they go out, I have to do their hair. And I just spray it down with aloe vera juice. Did I say that right? Aloe vera? I don't know what I said. I'm sorry, guys. It's a long day. I spray it down with aloe vera juice and really saturate it. For the first one, it's so funny. The first head, his hair is very dense, very coarse. So it takes a while for the aloe vera juice to seep in. So I kind of rub it in. It's a whole thing. And then once it's moist and loose and pliable, then I'll go ahead and just detangle. If it needs extra moisture, and it usually does, because like I say in my other videos, aloe vera juice is a great detangler for me, but it never is a moisturizer. So it's great at detangling, but then I usually follow it with my either Aussie moisture treatment, or for them, what is it, As I Am, just As I Am, some, I don't know, some coconut As I Am brown container. You'll get the point. But that's what I do for them. It doesn't take much for their hair. I don't think their hair is as dry as mine can be. So after aloe vera juice, I put, you know, that moisturizing cream into it. And really it's shaping it at that point. It sounds weird, but it's literally is shaking, like picking it out and be like, bah, 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 bah. Look at me. Bah, 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 bah. You know, I'm an artiste when it comes to their hair. So that's really what I do with both of their hairs. And we just make it work from there. I have to detangle their hair every once in a while, and that is a nightmare, only because the first one, who has the coarsest hair, he does not like brushing. He does not. He's the one, he didn't even like water on his face when he was a kid. Like oh my gosh, I thought something was wrong when he was a baby, and you know, you're washing the face. It's like, ah! I'm like, whoa, I didn't know I had acid rain on your face. What? You know, it's so crazy. And he never really grew out of it, because even if I wash his face now or wash his hair and the water goes over his face, he is having a fit. A fit. So I don't know. Maybe if your kid does the same thing, let me know, because I'm feeling quite alone right now. He's 5. So I don't know. Hopefully he grows out of it. Probably won't. But with his coarse, dense hair, he has the nerve to be tender-headed. So that's a chore, trying to detangle with the Denman brush and everything like that. But let me know. Have y'all heard about the Easy Tangler brush or something like that? I don't know. It's been blowing up my feed. Because, you know, like how Facebook and Google kind of like, you can be on the phone and say, hey, I feel like some Taco Bell. You get off the phone and start scrolling through your timeline, and magically the chalupa shows up. Like, okay, big brother, I see you. So that's really what happened. I think I looked at the Denman brush or something. I did something. And then I was scrolling, and this thing that looks like this, it's like, you know, like, like a 3-pronged thing that you brush your hair with. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's called Easy Tangler brush, I think. I'm about to get it probably, because they did side by side with the Denman and acted like the Denman was trash. So let me see what's up. It said less time detangling and it was more painless. So I will go with that any day and see if that works. So I'm probably going to test that out. I'm going to test that out in one of these next videos, actually. Thanks for the suggestion. The second one, he's not tender-headed at all. Like, that's how I gauge if I'm being heavy or not. Because even if I comb kind of hard, he's like, okay. He might say, ow, once, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But the other one, you know, you touch his head, and he's like, ah! I'm like, okay, calm down. It's not that crucial. So we get it done with both of them. I'm forming it. I'm shaping it. I'm making sure you got the right pH balance in your hair. It's a whole science to it. But why do I do what I do? Why do I do what I do? I'm sorry. You know how you hear yourself afterwards? Anyways, so... I do what I do because I like to think of myself as a male hair consultant. A male hair consultant, okay? That means I know the right head to facial hair that males should have by looking at their structure and face. Guys, I thought it was a joke at first. It's real. Like, this is why I do what I do, because I looked at my son's hair and I was like, no. You need hair. No, we can't shave it off. Mind you, you know, it just depends. It's all, go to my blog, HOPEsaidit.com. I explain the whole thing and I give examples as to what I'm talking about. Like Kobe Bryant, for example. When he was with the fro, oh yes, he was top of the game. Then he shaved it off. I think he got in his scandal with the affair and he retired. Okay, that's not really why, because of the shaved head. But either way, he dropped off a little bit. You know, people weren't talking about Kobe anymore. I don't know. I wasn't. I'm just generalizing. But anyways, Chris Webber, a great next example. He had hair. He shaved it off. Went to shambles. And then he got it back. He's the sports analyst with the hair. Looks good with the hair. Guys, it's about what looks good on your face. It's almost like makeup, right? So girls... they have makeup. You look at the mirror and you're like, oh, my nose is big, my eyes are too far apart, this and that and this. I gotta make my lips smaller. So you have something to do. You highlight, you contour, you mask, you use certain colors to either deflect or attract from something. Same thing with males. You have to, listen, you have to cover up, okay? Sometimes you have to confuse the enemy a little with what you do. So if you have a chubby face, you might want a chiseled facial hair to kind of create the illusion that you have a jawline. And then, you know, if you have a scrawny face, you don't want like the Master Splinter look, because then you're just going to make it more scrawny. So maybe you need to accentuate. And this is, guys, I'll look at you and see, but maybe I should start a business. I'm really going to do a male hair consultant business because I know the science, guys. I know the science. It started really back in, I want to say high school. I probably found out that I had the gift in high school. I'm not, and this is so hard because I do a blog and I make it my point to like make it me. I do a blog. I'm not going to blast other people because you didn't ask to be blasted, okay? If you're in my personal life. So I'm not going to give names of these 3 males who I helped significantly, but I will describe them and tell you their story anyway. The first time it was back in high school, like I said, and colored contacts was a thing for men, right? It was a thing. It was just people were wearing, black males were wearing blue contacts, hazel, whatever. So this one guy, he just had a regular fade. And he just he wasn't dorky, he wasn't cool. He was just a cool guy overall, just cool. So he had a fade, and then he just decided to pop in some hazel contacts. Popped it in. I said, oh, okay. He said, Hope, how do I look? You look like you have some hazel contacts in. And he was like, what does that mean? Because, all the ladies, no, ain't no ladies gonna get you, hun. What do you mean? And I was like, listen, you didn't rock it right. You trying to go with a pretty boy style, you got to be pretty boy, okay? You can't just be faded up and plop it in and with a t-shirt and call it a day. No, you have to have a whole look. You have to embody pretty boy. You don't have the pretty boy swag. So what I told him to do is to grow out his hair. And I said it was going to be an ugly period. I said there's going to be a good month where it's going to be ugly. But we need you to have more hair. I looked at him. I said, you know what? We need more hair. You need to grow sideburns. Come to me in a month. And I was looking. It grew a little slower than I thought. I'm not going to lie. But I finally got to the point where I was like, it is time. Like Rafiki, it's time. So I looked and told him what to do. I said, hey, your hair is at the right length now. Let's go ahead and juice it up. Go to the barber, edge it up. Keep your sideburns. Come to me. Wear a button-up shirt the next day and wear your contacts. And thank me later. I already knew what was going to happen. Thank me later. So he did it. He actually did. That was shocking that he actually did. I didn't think he'd do it like the next day. He went to the barbershop, got edged up, got juiced up, kept his sideburns. You weren't allowed to have facial hair in our high school. So sorry. So it helped him even more because it was, a baby face look. So he came. When I tell you, he was fooling himself. And he should have, because Hope gave great advice. And so I was in the locker room, actually, and one of the girls was like, girl, did you see XYZ today? And I was like, yeah, nah, what about him? I don't know what it is about him, but he looking kind of fine today. I was like, is he? So I ran and told him. I was like, see, people talking about you today. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Man, thank you. I was like, child, I already said you're welcome when it started, okay? So that's really when I knew I had the gift. I could look at you and say, hey, if we need to, I can tell you how to get there, okay? So it's him. There's another guy. I had to tell them it's nay on the haircut hay because it was garbage. I don't know what you call it. South side cut. I don't know what it is, but it's this haircut, right? That I don't think is popular anymore, but it was like imagine that your whole head is a fade, right? But only you keep a patch at the back. So it's almost like a reverse balding going on, like Sherman Hemsley in reverse almost. I don't know. I can't even describe it because I'm like, why would you on purpose do this? So act like my hair is like this, right? Okay. So it's almost like I shaved everything in the front and then left a patch in the back, like literally a string in the back. What? And I saw this popping up. I had to tell my friend, no, stop it. Don't do that. That's not hot. You think it's spot. No one is talking about you, okay? They're talking about you, but they're not talking about you in the way you want to. So, we had to ditch that haircut because I don't know. Even if you were the finest person, you couldn't get away with it. I don't care who you are. You could not get away with that nasty cut. You couldn't. It just was not cute. And then the third one, see, I don't just stay with fro. A lot of people are just like, oh, you're just telling people to grow a fro. No, because the first one needed a fro. He did. The second one did not need a fro. He needed to cut that mess off the back of his hair. I don't care if it was a fade or what. Nah, he probably would not do well with a fro. He probably look a little more scruffy and disgruntled, especially because he's not going to keep it up. But the third one, I told him to fade it. He was actually growing it out, and I was like, you look homeless, bro. Like, you need to stop. And you would look good with a fade, like a straight fade, not too low. Just a fade enough so that it looks like your hair is painted in black, if it's too low if I see your scalp, but if it's painted on your head, that's the right length for you. So I customize. I have a customized system. Go to HOPEsaidit.com and look at the Fro Life Chose Me to actually get what I'm talking about if you need it in more detail. But that's what I do. I look at people and I say yay or nay. Well, for males, like, hey, look, they shouldn't have did this. Like, I'll see people all the time, and I'm like, why do they have that Chester mustache? He would have been just fine with just a little chin hair. Sometimes you need the whole goatee. It's not a one-stop shop, okay? You can't just rock a goatee and go. I thought I would never see a bad goatee. I have seen one. I said, you know what? You need to stop. There's some people who need to stay babyface, and it's crazy. You could be 40 years old, and it's like that little thing you're trying to do can't even color the mustache. Just that thing. Your face don't want it. Your face don't want it. Take it off. You have to see what works for you. If it works for you, let it go. Morris Chestnut. He don't need hair. Just go bald. He actually went when he went bald. Okay, so know what works for you. Obviously you don't, or you would have. So if you need help, HOPEsaidit is here for you. So yeah, that's probably my next business or something. I don't know. It's working out. My husband jumped on board. Now he would tell you that he just don't care. So he was like, whatever. Oh, he knows. I looked at him. I said, you know what? He can rock a lot of things. I'll give him that. We did a low cut. He's had a low cut, but he had the painted low cut. You can't have it too low where I'm seeing his scalp. It's the painted look where, it's low, but painted and different gradients to add dimension. Come on now. But anyways, he did that. Now he's doing something new. He's kind of growing it out a little bit, and he hates growing it out. Trust me. But he's trusting the process, and he's growing it out. And we're doing the sponge look. And I said, keep the goatee. Listen, he's lucky he's getting this for free. People pay for this. You're welcome. Your wife loves you. So it's a whole thing. I really think I'm a male hair consultant. I really do. I don't care. I can just see a picture and say no. And you know what? Sometimes it's not about the hair. It's not about the mustache. Sometimes you just need a hat. Just wear a hat. Your head's too big, you're this and that. And it's not even a put down, y'all. Like, my head is big. I can't go short. I have went short before. I went very short. I think I even have pictures. I'm not going to show it to you. But I think I have it in past videos. But the past is the past. Very short. Like, couldn't put it in a ponytail. Like, very, think Halle Berry short. My sister claims it looked good, but I had a huge head. So that is that. I am not going back, and I'm just seeing what's going on. That's why, my hair has to be big because my head is huge. I have a huge head. My son's head is huge too. My son's head is huge, but let's not act like their daddy's not huge too. We're a family of big heads. Family of big heads, poor thing. But I act accordingly. Maybe that's why I keep hair on all of them, because all of them have big hair. Wow. Learning stuff on the spot. But either way, that's what I have to do. And this is why I care for them and I do what I do for them, because that's what looks good. I look at them and say, hey, this is what you need. It's not cookie cutter either, because my oldest son can rock a fro. My middle son, like I said, he could probably, rock a fro, but he's more of the let your hair loose, man bun, ponytail type person. So we'll see what happens. It's not a guarantee that they'll have a fro next year. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But don't get caught up in the whole first haircut stuff, because they're like, oh, my son's 5 or 3. I don't know what the age y'all do, but oh, his first haircut. I have yet to have a first haircut. I had a first edge up. Gotta keep it crisp, but no, I haven't. I have trimmed his hair by myself, doing my eyeball, here's what looks right method. But they haven't had a haircut. The second one kind of got a midi trim because his hair was touching his shoulders at one time. So it was looking like some mullet thing. Had to snip that off. But it wasn't a professional haircut. The only time my 5-year-old had sat in the barber's seat was to get an edge up. And it looked good. Shout out to Fieldhouse Fades. That is just what I wanted to let you guys know, that here's a look at my boys' routine for those who wanted to know. It's not long at all, but it's just what I do for their hair, because they do have quite a lot of hair for that age, and why I do what I do. I'm a male hair consultant, guys. You better ask somebody. Just give me examples. I'll tell them how they look best. I just know how to cover and maneuver, okay? But anyways, you can check me out on HOPEsaidit.com. Read through my blogs. You can read this week, past weeks. I have it all. Marriage, motherhood, hair, life. You can also follow me on HOPEsaidit on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I hope you guys have a great day. Subscribe, comment, everything you want to keep up with this girl right here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Facebook, Instagram. Instagram. HOPEsaidit.com. Check me out. Motherhood, hair. Oh gosh, I don't even know my own tagline.